Rejection is a painful experience that can affect anyone who puts themselves out there. Whether it's a negative comment, a bad review, or a harsh rejection letter, it can feel like a personal attack on your worth and abilities. But why does rejection hurt so much? And how can you cope with it in a healthy way? In this video, I will explain some of the psychological reasons behind the pain of rejection, and offer some tips on how to manage it effectively. 1. Rejection triggers a primal need to belong. One of the reasons why rejection hurts so much is that it taps into a fundamental human need, the need to belong. As social animals, we evolved to seek connection and acceptance from others, as this was crucial for our survival and well-being. Being rejected by our tribe meant being isolated and vulnerable, which could have fatal consequences. Even though we no longer depend on our tribe for physical survival, we still have a strong emotional attachment to belonging and fitting in. When we face rejection online, we may feel like we are being excluded from a group that we value or aspire to be part of. This can trigger feelings of loneliness, shame, and sadness. 2. Rejection activates core beliefs that can undermine your self-esteem. Another reason why rejection hurts so much is that it can activate core beliefs that we have about ourselves, others, and the world. Core beliefs are deeply held assumptions that we form based on our past experiences, especially in childhood. They shape how we perceive and interpret reality, and influence our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Some examples of core beliefs are: I am not good enough. I am unlovable. I am worthless. People are cruel. People will abandon me. The world is unfair. Core beliefs are often negative and irrational, but they feel true and real to us. When we face rejection, we may interpret it as evidence that confirms our core beliefs. For instance, if we receive a negative comment on our blog post, we may think, "See? I knew I was a terrible writer. Nobody likes what I have to say. I should just give up." This can lead to a downward spiral of negative emotions and behaviors that can damage our self-esteem and mental health. 3. Rejection challenges the rules you live by to avoid psychological distress. To cope with our core beliefs and avoid psychological distress, we often develop rules for living that guide our actions and decisions. These rules are based on conditional statements that link our self-worth to external factors. For example, if I work hard, then I will be successful. If I please others, then I will be liked. If I avoid conflict, then I will be safe. If I follow the rules, then I will be respected. These rules may seem helpful at first, but they can also be rigid and unrealistic. They can limit our potential and creativity, and make us dependent on external validation. When we face rejection online, we may feel like we have broken one of our rules for living, which can trigger psychological distress. For instance, if we get rejected by an online dating site, we may think, "I failed at finding love. I must be unattractive and boring. Nobody will ever want me." This can lead to feelings of guilt, anger, and hopelessness. 4. Rejection can be an opportunity to work on your core beliefs and grow as a person. Here are some steps you can take to cope with rejection in a healthy way. Acknowledge your feelings, don't ignore or suppress your emotions. Allow yourself to feel whatever you are feeling without judging yourself. Express your feelings in a safe way, such as writing them down or talking to someone you trust. Challenge your thoughts, don't accept your thoughts as facts. Question the validity and accuracy of your interpretations of the rejection. Look for alternative explanations or perspectives that are more realistic and positive. Identify your core beliefs, try to uncover the underlying assumptions that you have about yourself, others, and the world that are triggered by the rejection. Ask yourself, what does this rejection mean to me? What does it say about me?